Here is the summary of your blueprint for corn or maize farming prosperity. Let's consolidate these comprehensive, sustainable practices into clear, implementable blueprint transforming your corn or maize farming from marginal profitability to genuine prosperity. Success in sustainable intensive corn farming rests on 6 interconnected pillars, each essential, each reinforcing the other, creating synergetic systems where excellence in one area amplifies excellence in all areas. Pillar number 1, soil health through organic matter building. Implement systematic composting, producing 10 to 20 tons annually, applying 2 to 3 tons per acre initially, building organic matter from typical 1 to 2% to target 3 to 4%. Integrate cover crops, adding biomass. Practice reduced tillage protecting your soil biology, and commit to multi-year soil building, understanding the improvements compound progressively. Within 3 to 5 years, you will observe dramatically darker, richer soil, increased earthworm population, better water infiltration, enhanced drought resistance, and reduce fertilizer requirements that reduce costs while increasing your yields. Pillar number 2, precision planting and population management. That is, calculate optimal populations for your conditions, typically 24,000 to 28,000 plants per acre. Implement precise spacing, that is 30 to 36 inches row, uniform in-row spacing. Ensure consistent planting depth, that is 1.5 to 2.5 inches. Achieve uniform emergence through quality seed and proper technique. And time your planting optimally. These practices cost nothing beyond careful management, yet typically improve yields 15 to 25% compared to poor spacing and emergency. Pillar number 3, strategic water management. Build soil water holding capacity through organic matter. Implement mulching during over-evaporation, that is 50 to 80%. Prioritize water during critical reproductive periods, that is tasseling through grain fill. And if you are doing irrigation, use efficient methods and strategic timing. These practices reduce irrigation requirements 30 to 50% while maintaining or improving yields compared to water-stressed crops. Pillar number 4, biological fertility through legume integration. Integrate legume cover crops like cowpeas, and vetches in off-season fixing. They fix up to 60 to 150 pounds nitrogen per year, reducing synthetic nitrogen application 50 to 70% as biological fixation replaces purchased inputs. Practice strategic crop rotation and commit to multi-year implementation, allowing systems to develop. Fertilizer cost reduction of 50 to 70% are typical, while yields maintaining or increase through improved soil health. Pillar number 5, integrated pest management. Implement cultural practices like rotation, sanitation, and optimal plant health. Preventing pest problems. Protect and encourage beneficial insects, providing natural control. Scout field regularly assessing actual pest level, use economic thresholds, determining when treatment is justified, and apply targeted pesticides only when necessary. Pesticide cost reduction of 60 to 80% are typical while achieving equal or better pest control. Pillar number 6 is optimal harvest and post-harvest management. Time harvests to minimize field losses. Within 1 to 2 weeks after physiological maturity, dry grain properly to 12 to 13% moisture before storage. Implement pest-proof moisture and moisture-proof storage. Monitor stored grains regularly and handle grain carefully throughout, reducing post-harvest losses from typical 20 to 30% to under 5%, effectively increases realized production of about 15 to 30% without any additional field production costs. Therefore, the transformation is here. What you can expect. Farmers implementing these integrated practices comprehensively and consistently across multiple growing seasons reports yield increases of 30 to 50% compared to previous conventional method from 120 bushels to 156 to 100 the range of 156 to 180 bushels per acre typically. Another thing is input cost reduces of 25 to 40% through reduced fertilizer, pesticide and tillage costs from $400 to $500 to $250 to $350 per acre typically. There is also net profit margins improving from barely positive to 50 to 150% returns on investment. Drought resilience improvements, with crops performing 30 to 50% better during dry spells. Soil health improvements visible within 3 to 5 years, creating compounding productivity gains. Reduced labor and stress as systems become self-regulating and crisis management decreases. Environmental stewardship, creating pride and economic respect and financial prosperity, transforming farming from struggle to genuine wealth generation. After implementing these practices on 10 acres, can transform results from conventional approach, that is 120 bushels per acre, times 10 acres, times 4.5 Brussels dollar, that is $5,400 revenue to $4,500 costs, which is equals to $900 profit. To sustainable approach, that is 165 Brussels per acre times 10 acres times 4.5 Brussels dollars, which is equal to $7,425 revenue minus $275 costs. Now this is equals to $4,675 dollar profit. This is a 420% profit improvement from identical land through better management. Scale this across larger acreage and the transformation becomes genuinely life-changing. To begin your transformation action, this comprehensive guide has provided you with the knowledge that successful farmers use to transform their operations. But knowledge alone changes nothing. Knowledge must be coupled with decisive action, sustained implementation, and persistent commitment to excellence. This week is the foundation phase. Work your fields with fresh perspective, assessing current soil, color, structure, organic matter, earthworm presence, plant stands and spacing and spacing uniformity, pest levels and production records. Calculate your actual costs per bushel honestly, including all inputs and realistic labor value. Document your current yields and cost, establishing baseline for measuring improvements. Identify your 3 highest priority opportunities. Perhaps you are losing 25% to post-harvesting handling, or your soil is obviously depleted, or pest management cost consumes excessive resources. This month, planning and initial steps. Begin composting immediately, even if starting small. Sourcing material and building your first pile. Source cover crops like source cover crop seeds like cowpeas, lab, or other legumes appropriate for your region. And timing. Calculate optimal plant population for your conditions and plan adjustments of spacing. Research IPM practices for your region's major pests. Commit to implementing at least 3 core practices from this guide during your next growing season. This season, implementation. Apply compost to highest priority fields. Implement precise spacing and population management. Plant cover crops after harvesting. Practice systematic field scouting for pests. Implement proper harvesting timing and improve drying and storage practices. Track results meticulously, documenting yields, costs, observations, and lessons learned. This year is a full system integration. Progressively implement all 6 pillars systematically, expanding cover cropping to all fields, scaling compost production, fully transitioning to IPM, optimizing all practices based on previous season's results, and building toward comprehensive, sustainable system transformation. This is your community engagement, and it matters. Like this video if this comprehensive guide has provided valuable knowledge, transforming your understanding of what is possible in corn or maize farming. You are like Signal's YouTube to share this content with more farmers who need this information. Comment below sharing your current situation, biggest challenges, and which practices you are most eager to implement. Are you struggling with depleted soil, facing high input costs, experiencing low yields? Share your story. Your comments create community, providing mutual encouragement and help us understand what additional content would serve you best. Share this video widely through your farming networks. Send links via WhatsApp, Facebook, farming forums, community groups, and agricultural cooperatives. Every farmer implementing these practices improves their own prosperity while demonstrating ability to neighbors, strengthening entire agricultural communities. Subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell, ensuring you never miss future content covering advanced techniques, seasonal strategies, troubleshooting specific challenges, marketing strategies, and continuous agricultural innovations that keep you at the cutting edge of profitable, sustainable farming. Return regularly to this channel for ongoing education because agriculture continuously evolves with new research, emerging techniques, and innovative solutions. Consistent learning separates continuously improving farmers from those stuck applying outdated methods. Your prosperous farming future begins now. We have traveled together through a comprehensive exploration of sustainable, intensive corn-maize farming practices that have the documented proven potential to increase your yields by 30 to 50% while reducing your costs by 25 to 40%, transforming corn farming from financial struggle into genuine prosperity. These aren't theoretical concepts. They are field-proven practices that thousands of farmers across diverse environments have implemented successfully, transforming their operations, their finances, and their lives. The extraordinary power of these practices lies in their synergetic integration where improving soil health enhances pest resistance, which reduces chemical costs while increased organic matter improves drought resistance, which stabilizes yield, while biological nitrogen fixation reduces fertilizer costs, while cover crops breaks pest cycles, creating compounding benefits that multiply over time. This holistic approach explains why farmers implementing comprehensive systems typically see 40 to 60% profit improvement rather than the 5 to 10% gains from isolated individual practices. Perhaps most exciting is the accessibility of this transformation. You don't need massive capital, advanced degrees, or unique circumstances. What you need is knowledge, which you now possess, commit, which only you can provide, systematic implementation, requiring discipline and consistency, and patience, that is understanding that soil health builds progressively over seasons, not overnight. Every successful farmer was once exactly where you are now. And the difference between them and farmers still struggling is simply that they took action, persisted through challenges, learned from both successes and failures, and refused to accept mediocrity. Your corn farming operation stands at a threshold moment. You can continue conventional approaches, accepting conventional results, watching input costs rise while yields stagnate, working exhaustively for minimal returns, or you can commit to sustainable intensive practices, implementing them systematically, building soil health progressively, and beginning the transformation that unfolds over 1 to 3 years as improved management, enhanced soil biology, and integrated systems compound their effects. 1 year from now, you will be amazed looking back at where you started and seeing how far you have progressed. Perhaps your soil is noticeably darker and richer, and your fertilizer costs dropped 50%, your pest management simplified dramatically, and most importantly, your net profit per acre doubled or tripled, transforming your corn farming from struggle into prosperity. The choice is yours, and the time is now. Take Take what you have learned, implement it systematically, persist through inevitable challenges, celebrate your success, and watch as your operation transforms into the thriving, profitable, sustainable corn farming enterprises you have always known as possible. Thank you for investing your time in this education. Thank you for being part of our agricultural community, and thank you for your commitment to excellence that will not only transform your own operation but inspire and elevate everyone around you. Your prosperous farming future awaits. The knowledge is yours, the opportunity is clear. The only remaining question is, will you take action? Go forth with confidence, implement these practices, achieve extraordinary results, and return to share your success story with all of us who are cheering for your prosperity. Remember to like this video, comment with your commitments and questions, share with your farming networks, and subscribe for daily agricultural education, supporting your journey to corn farming excellence. Your engagement transforms not just your farm, but entire agricultural communities. Together, we are building a movement of prosperous, sustainable farmers, proving that with knowledge, commitment, and systematic excellence, agricultural prosperity is inevitable. Welcome to your corn farming transformation. Let's make it extraordinary